In today's episode, I'm going to show you how to use the Pickle Jar Theory for time management. Perspective plans with new videos and podcasts weekly. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/perspective plans for exclusive videos and more. Visit perspectiveplans.com for all of your planner and stationery needs. Only at Perspective Plans, helping you plan for what's to come. What is the Pickle Jar Theory? Imagine your life as a giant jar, not filled with pickles, sadly, but packed with everything you have to do in a day. Big task, small task, even that random impulse to alphabetize your spice rack at 2 a.m. The Pickle Jar Theory, aka Bucket of Rocks Theory, or the Jar of Life Theory, is a time management method that helps you not turn that jar into a chaotic soup of forgotten deadlines, skipped workouts, and oops, I forgot to eat moments. The jar equals your day, 24 hours of mayhem. The idea is simple. The jar, it equals your time. You only get one per day, so what you toss into it actually matters. You don't want to waste precious space on glitter, aka distractions, when you still have a boulder of a project due Friday. Let's break down the ingredients of this jar. Rocks equals the big stuff. Do these or even regret it later. Rocks are your must-dos. These are the I cannot skip this without real consequence tasks. Think finishing a major project, taking your kid to the doctor, filing your taxes, or even filing a tax extension at the very least. Having dinner with someone who knows your birthday. If you don't make room for these first, they'll either fall out of the jar completely or land on your head in the form of guilt and even stress. No fun. Pebbles, which are the still kind of important things. Pebbles are tasks that matter but won't wreck your life if delayed a day or two. Examples like your grocery shopping, unless you're down to only ketchup packets in your house. Answering non-urgent emails. Cleaning your kitchen before it becomes a science experiment. Pebbles deserve a spot in the jar, just maybe not the VIP lounge. And of course, sand equals the tiny time suckers. Sand, the glittery nonsense that somehow takes over everything. We're talking about endless social media scrolling. Getting distracted by conspiracy rabbit holes. What if the moon is hollow? Random texts that become a 3-hour therapy session. If you fill your jar with sand first, good luck getting a rock inside of it. You'll be too busy watching raccoon TikToks and wondering why your to-do list is still yelling at you. Water, it equals the non-negotiables. In some versions of the theory, water represents your essential, no-skip self-care stuff. You have to fit it in, even if it means saying no to that 17th Zoom call of the day. Water includes your sleep, not optional, even if you wish it was. Your exercise. Eating actual meals, not just caffeine and vibes. These things are fluid, pun intended, and help everything else work better. The big takeaway, prioritize like a time ninja. Here's the trick, put your rocks in first, always. Then the pebbles, then the sand, then lastly your water, if you've got space and energy left. If you do it backward, your sand, water, whatever shiny, your day fills up fast, and suddenly that important project gets squeezed out like a last-minute invite to a brunch. So start with what matters most, then sprinkle in the rest. Bonus. No actual jars or pickles required, unless snacks help you think. Step 1. Build your daily pickle jar. No vinegar required. Think of your workday like a giant pickle jar. You've only got so much space, time, and brain power, and it fills up fast. Especially if you start with distractions like rearranging your desktop icons or watching a video on a llama learning how to surf. Don't ask me how I know this. First, drop in your rocks. These are the non-negotiables. Your deadlines, your big meetings, your client calls, and if I don't do this, I might get fired type of projects. They go in first because they're the boss of your day. Next up, the pebbles. Pebbles are the still matter but the world won't end kind of task. Emails, planning next week's schedule, updating that spreadsheet you named final version 3. And lastly, sprinkle in the sand. Sand is everything that tries to hijack your time. Your notifications, rabbit holes, and even your coworker's 12-minute story about their cat's brand new sweater. These aren't evil, but if you fill your jar with sand first, the rocks simply won't fit into it. And you'll end the day wondering where the time went. Spoiler, it went to Instagram Reels and nonsense. Moral of the story, stack your day on purpose. Rocks first, pebbles next, and then sand last. That way, even if your Wi-Fi crashes or your lunch gets stolen from the fridge, again, looking at you, Greg, at least your most important stuff has been done. Step 2, schedule the big stuff, aka don't let your day be hijacked by inbox goblins. Now that you've sorted your tasks like a productivity wizard at Hogwarts, it's time to schedule those rocks. Not literally, because don't put boulders into your Google Calendar. These are your top priorities. These are your top priorities. The if this doesn't happen today, everything explodes kind of task. Here's the goal. Give your rocks a nice, cozy, uninterrupted time slot in your calendar. Yes, that means no checking emails mid-focus and definitely no just one quick TikTok video. We all know that it's never just one. Use priority levels like a leveling up in a video game. You're urgent. Do it now or even face the chaos. High. Important but not yet. DEFCON 1. Normal still matters, but you won't lose sleep over it, hopefully. Low. These are your meh later tasks. Then sort them like your life depends on it, because honestly, sometimes it kind of does. Put the urgent and high priority rocks first. No more letting buy new keyboard stickers task outrank submit proposal to the CEO. Pro tip. Step 3, Pebble time, baby, aka scheduling the kind of important but not panic-worthy stuff. Once the big rocks are locked into your schedule like VIPs at a concert, it's time to sprinkle in those medium priority tasks, aka your trusty pebbles. These aren't mission critical, but they still matter. Think replying to non-scary emails, organizing your notes, or even finally updating that document named version this is real, final document. These tasks go into the in-between spaces on your calendar, those gaps that exist between your meetings, meals, and even existential crises. Spread your pebbles throughout the week to keep your momentum going without accidentally creating a mid-week meltdown. You're aiming for balanced productivity, not Tuesday is canceled because I overdid it on Monday. And yes, using a digital calendar or even a to-do list app can turn you into a time scheduling ninja. With it, you can slot tasks in effortlessly, so no deadline sneaks up like a horror movie jump scare. Sort your tasks into buckets because chaos loves vagueness, and well, I don't. Track progress like a boss, checking things off and feeling like the productive legend you are. So go on, plan those pebbles. And remember, even small stones make big waves when you throw them with purpose. Step 4, sprinkle in the sand, aka the stuff that's nice, but not necessarily necessary. Alright, now that your rocks are rocking and your pebbles are placed like productivity confetti, it's time for the final ingredient, the sand. These are your low priority tasks. You know the ones. Refilling folders, clearing your desktop icons, replying LOL to that email from 3 days ago. They're not urgent, they're not life-changing, but they still deserve a bit of attention eventually. So what do? Drop them into the leftover cracks in your calendar, those weird 15-minute windows between your meetings, or the I need a break but also want to look useful time slots. You can fit in the sand without turning it into a desert storm of distractions. And hey, if something doesn't fit, maybe it was never that important to begin with. Think of it like this. The goal isn't to squeeze every single thing. It's to make sure the right things get done and that your day doesn't vanish into the vortex of what did I actually do today? Step 5, don't forget the water, aka your sanity breaks. Now for the grand finale, the water task. These are your non-work activities like scrolling TikTok, watering your one surviving plant, or finally Googling how to fold a fitted sheet without actually crying. Here's the thing, water tasks are important. They keep you human, but they don't belong at center stage with your rocks and pebbles. Save them for your downtime, like those glorious 10-minute pockets between meetings or when your brain screams, I need a break or I'm deleting Slack. Here's a pro tip. Use time blocking to keep water tasks from turning into an actual flood. Yes, that one innocent YouTube video will lead to a full documentary on alpacas and suddenly it's 4 o'clock. Think of water like self-care sprinkles. It fills in the leftover space, but if you try to start your day with it, you'll end up drenched in distraction. So sip, don't chug. Final takeaway, keep your water tasks flexible, guilt-free, and reserved for after the rocks and pebbles have had their moment. Your productivity and nervous system will thank you. Step 6, review and adjust, aka, hey, let's fix this before it actually spirals. Alright, you filled your jar with rocks, pebbles, sand, and even a splash of water or two. But here's the plot twist. Life changes faster than a group chat on a Friday night. That's why step 6 is all about checking in with your plan before it turns into a chaotic mess of half-finished tasks and unanswered emails. Every few days, or honestly, whenever your to-do list starts giving sentient monster energy, take a break and ask, what's actually working here? And did I really think I could do all that before lunch? The key is to tweak, shuffle, and pivot based on real life. Got a surprise meeting? Cool. Move a pebble. Overscheduled? Kick some sand to the next week. This is your jar, your rules. Remember, flexibility isn't failure. It's how to stay sane, productive, and only mildly caffeinated. You're not a robot, you're a goal-getting human. And humans, we adjust. Sometimes getting it done is better than perfect. Anonymous. I just want to take a moment to thank our patrons and channel members. This episode would not be possible without your support. Thank you. And if you would like to support the show, visit patreon.com/perspectiveplans today. Thank you so much for stopping by and pressing play. I truly appreciate it. Let me know down below in the comments or your podcast review what tip you'll be using. Keep planning for what's to come, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.